Okay, today we're going to show you how to fit an indicator stalk on a pretend Toyota, and this is Toyota Aygo. But before we do this, I'm going to have a bit of a rant, so if you just want to know how to fit this, skip a couple of minutes and you'll avoid the rant. So, you've been warned. I bought this a couple of years ago for my kids to learn to drive. Didn't do the research I should have. It's basically a pretend Toyota. It's a French car, basically the 106 or the C1. They did it in partnership together. So French are more than capable of making some interesting cars. As an example, the 205 GTI or the 105 GT Turbo, both very, very interesting cars to drive, but absolutely shocking to work on. We did a quick check before we went and bought this from eBay, and look at the design. This is also very shocking. You should be ashamed, Toyota. Rant over, we'll now show you how to fit this. Okay, before you start any work, it's always a good idea to disconnect the battery. That way, if there's any shorts or any problems with the airbag, you're not going to get a surprise with the airbag blowing up in your face. Okay, the problem what we have with this indicator stalk is that it works perfectly okay to turn right, but when you're turning left, the indicator works when it feels like. So we started to take it apart to have a look at the problem, and we've removed the plastic under section here. There's only one screw that holds it in and some crappy little clips here. It's a bit of a ROM, not particularly well designed, but it does come off. Then there's two more screws that you can see if I just move the camera here. There's one here and there's one on the opposite side. Once you've got those two screws out, you can then remove this top section like so, and you can now see that the fuse box is actually on each side. What a shockingly bad design. If you need to change the fuse, you're going to need screwdrivers and tools, where it should be in a glove box or in a compartment that you can just remove. So to save 50p, Toyota or Citroen or Peugeot or whoever is involved in this has basically made a really bad choice where to put a fuse box. So once you've removed the plastics from the bottom and the top, you've got to remove the steering wheel. And at this moment in time, I have no idea how we do this, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. Okay, so remove the steering wheel. What you have to do is, on the side of the steering wheel here, there is a plastic cover, like so, and there's one on the opposite side of the steering wheel. A small screwdriver, it will just lever out. Yeah, try to be a bit more gentle than I was, because I've bent that one. Once you've removed them two plastic covers, get a T30 torque, remove the screw here and the screw on the opposite side, and then that will allow you to remove the horn out of the way and the airbag. Unplug that wire. Okay, with a 19mm socket and ratchet, you need to undo the centre nut like so. Should come off now, like that. What's a good idea is if you get a pen and you mark where you've taken it off, so that you put it back, hopefully, in the exact same place. You'll also need to remove this cable from here with the airbag. This is done by removing this yellow piece here with a small screwdriver. Lift that up like that, and then this comes off like that, and then that's out your way. We're now trying to take the steering wheel off, and as I'll demonstrate now, even with the key turned so the steering lock's not on, the steering wheel does not want to come off. So, had a brew, came up with this idea, and what I've done, I've got a plate 5mm thick, and there are two threaded holes in the steering wheel which are 8mm. I've drilled 2 holes in the plate which is 60mm apart, which is the same distance as the holes in the steering wheel. There with 2 long 8mm bolts and some nuts. Bit of a 10mm bolt in the middle as like a punch. What we do is tighten these nuts up now and hopefully the wheel will press off, but just make sure you've turned your key so your steering lock's not on. Right, is this going to work? Who knows, but we shall try. There you go, just like that, nice and simple. So maybe you can see better now. Got just a 10mm bolt with a nut on the end so it had a bit more surface area, and then 2 long 8mm bolts with a nut and a washer. There's the other bolt. And then the plate doesn't have to be T-shaped, it just has to be thick enough and with 2 holes 60mm apart, and your steering wheel comes off nice and simple. Once you get your steering wheel off, you've got this rotary disc here. This has got 3 clips, one at the top and these 2 at the bottom, and then this will slide off all the way like that. So that gets rid of that, and we're now at the 2 stalks. Now you want to remove this white plug on the left side, and the 2 on the right hand side. Just press a little tab, slide them out like that. Once you've done that, there's a little tab here for your wiper control. Just press that in and that comes out. Okay, with a pair of bent long nose pliers, they don't need to be as long as these, but these are the ones that I've got. You're going to squeeze behind here, grab the clamp, and then with a bit of persuasion pull it off like so. And there is the old indicator stalk. What a shit design. 2 bolts, job done. You could have took it off without taking the steering wheel off, but that's typical French bullshit. Okay, to slide the indicator back on, we're going to use the long nose pliers again. We're going to squeeze the clamp. It did come with a little bracket to hold it, but that wouldn't fit. Under here. So that's back in. Nice and tight and on. Get your wiper control. Slide it back in. Clip these into here. Clip that into there. Slide that back onto there. Get your steering wheel. Push that through there. Try and line up your marks that you made previous. What I would say is right. Get your nut. Put that back on. Tighten it back up. Like that. Get your horn wherever you've thrown it. Back here. Push your airbag plug back in, like so. Plug your horn back in, slide it back in like that, line the bolts back up, get your torques, Tighten them up. And you've lined them back up. At the moment I don't think they're lined back up properly. One. And now before I completely put everything back together, I'm going to put the battery back on and just check that everything works correctly. So there's a screw on this side of the dashboard, turn the steering wheel, get the other screw, put this screw in here, that is now the top in and done. Give me that a minute. This bottom piece, it was a pig to take off, so I'm guessing it's going to be a pig to put back on. There's probably a knack to this that I haven't got. Let's see how we get on. Okay. In fact, schoolboy, you can't put the screws in first. Put them in last. Keys back in. Okay. Now this is going to slide in behind that. All comes together. Should do. Like I said, really shit design, but it's together, and there is probably a knack to it. That if you're a Toyota or a Peugeot dealership that you would have. But when you change these, probably this is the last one I'll ever change, because hopefully I won't buy another French piece of shit. And I'll put the two screws in. And the last one at the bottom. And there you go. All done.